Hello everybody, Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series. We are 1 week away from the Texas Stadium show. I think next week is the highlight show, so that's going to be a really short episode, but this is the final full show from, from the area. Highlights of a Jimmy Garvin and Chris Adams match from Will Rogers Stadium, I believe they call it. Joined in progress. Very basic there. Garvin holds on to an armbar quite a long time. Also, kind of, we'd see Adams coming back with a hammerlock headlock kind of combination. 3 first-run matches for this. Suplex by Garvin. Garvin gets a near fall pretty quickly. Different to see an arena show here, so I'm not remembering where we are in the specific angle. I do know that they have a large match, the mixed tag, scheduled for Texas Stadium about a week away. So obviously that sets that up a little bit, trying to get extra heat on the women's mixed tag, which mixed tags 1984, really big deal. You didn't see them all the time, and now they're wasted. Now they're a big deal only if it's one certain star, but back in 1984, everything hadn't been blown up to death and burnt out. Now we see Adams go to work on the leg of Jimmy Garvin for several minutes as Garvin misses a top rope knee drop attempt. Adams is more aggressive than average here, so obviously their feud and several exchanges of the America's title, a big deal. This is an encore match, so we can kind of jump to the end here, and nothing settled here. But the basic idea is that they are hyping the move or the big deal with Texas Stadium. It's coming. It's literally a week away. Got 3 first-run matches, Jerry Gray, Johnny Mantell. Mantell obviously has been a bit of a journeyman wrestler here, although a guy who's been around for the good bit of the world-class run that we've covered. Always good on the mat. Gray, relatively new. We've seen him once or twice, and has the ability to make others look good. That's his role in life. I mean, even something as simple as his crisscross, the international looks crisp, and actually a float over on the end of the international into an O'Connor roll. And one thing I like about this is their speed, and they look like they're fighting. I think if you want to watch just wrestling that looks crisp enough to be an undercard match but still look like they're actually fighting, this is a great match for that, especially talent who are looking to, raise themselves up the card a bit. Obviously, the match slows down after several sequences into arm bars, arm locks, and pinning attempts. But one thing I like about this match, too, there's a lot more variation of pinning attempts early, and then it slows down into a more traditional match. I think there's importance of variance of speed in matches. Every match should have its faster spots. Every match should have its mid-work of holds and some slow spots when people try to catch their breath, as though this is a real fight. And we do end up seeing a solid finish at the end here, with Jerry Gray into the match until the very, very end. And I think that's another thing, too, even enhancement talents. Although Gray seems to be one step above an enhancement talent in that they maybe mean for him to be a little more competitive than he winds up being, but does fall victim to the side Russian leg sweep, and Johnny Mantell does get the victory there. We move over to Kamala versus Iceman King Parsons. Parsons sends Kamala flying over the top rope twice with big drop kicks, which is huge for Parsons. Parsons, one of the guys that Texas has protected almost his entire run, in the sense that he looks credible in just about every major match that he's in. but never looks, like the main event guy. There is a value in being a good semi-main eventer, and Iceman King Parsons has that role throughout 82 to 84 in Texas. Amazing high leap on a cross body, and he almost gets the victory, but Missing Link comes in, goes after King Parsons, and literally beats the tar out of him with about 2 dozen headbutts. Um, Hard to see that he does not have many friends come to his aid. Kamala takes him out and is preparing for the Texas Stadium show. We see the Von Erichs now moving through to the Freebirds to close things out, and they want to end things up here. Obviously, Kerry a week away from his foray into the main event with Ric Flair, and Mike and Kevin are your adversaries for the Freebirds here. Freebirds do not want to get too rocked, as Fritz will be returning at the stadium in a bunkhouse stampede or Freebird rules style match. Anything goes, come as you are type deal. But that doesn't seem to bother them away from getting too much of the match going on, as they do go pretty hard for less than a week from, biggest match in Texas Stadium history. I don't remember the card, but probably close to 40,000 there. Terry Gordy does the upside down bump in the corner at one point in the match and is begging off quite a bit. Gordy, who, does end up taking more punishment than average in the match, although Michael Hayes slows things down, specifically on Mike Von Erich, and Mike is a guy who has come a lot further than many people thought he would, quicker than average. Gordy makes his way back in and tries to, render the Von Erichs relatively defenseless. Kevin takes a good deal of punishment, good swinging neck breaker from Gordy, and again, this whole feud has really been, a major deal. Keeping Buddy Roberts down off the apron, keeping Michael Hayes out of the ring when he's not the legal man. Big job for the referee. Odd that they don't always use the two referee thing, so kind of confused there. Gordy tries to almost smother his opponent as the Von Erichs are coming from behind in the majority of the contest. Gary in there, and actually, I was wrong. Kerry and Kevin in this match, for some reason, Mike's on the brain. I think it's more because I'm so used to seeing him in this role, but again, Freebirds Von Erichs is so interchangeable that it's hard to keep track of, and I think they did run a little long with it. By the time they're done, I'm in September of 84. Christmas night 82 is when they started, and they're still going at it. I think a feud of 2 years with so many talents is a big deal. There is a beautiful brainbuster style move in the match by Michael Hayes. Hayes, again, especially in this match, because I haven't said it in a while, but Hayes in this one probably earning his wrestler stripes more than average. He bumps all over the ring for everybody, and we close with just chaos, and the Von Erichs do gain a victory over the Freebirds as we close this. But next week is Texas Stadium, and the continuation of the brawl continues as we close the program. Texas Stadium is next week, and we don't necessarily see a full show next week. I think that's the highlight show. I know they did 1 week highlight show, and then they show like 3 or 4 weeks of Texas Stadium action. So next week might be the really short show. But suffice to say, we've closed April in 1984, and the Freebirds Von Erichs are still rocking, and Texas is still hot on fire. And until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.